I'm going back to Riky, and this is why I'm referencing Trevor. Rick spoke about his depression at some point. I know WHP sat with Gareth Cliff and spoke about trying to take his life at some points as well. And I'm wondering, the way you were describing Ricky, and maybe the way I think I understand Trevor and how he was consuming the world and the way he was living, even in his comedy. And I raised this in the video that I made. The problem with being too authentic in a space that is fake, and what that does to your mental state, where everyone is buying awards, where everyone is fake, everyone's trying to be cool. And when are you keeping it real? But it's so noisy, it's so loud, and something about it might fuck you up mentally. And we can't read it. We don't know. You're like, but this guy's successful. He's just signed deals with Russian Bear and African
Because we
Bank.
equate it to money. We think, but he's doing so well.
Money, fame, love.
Yeah.
These are guys that are loved. They get pure love.
I don't think that the love ever, well, at least in the cases of the people we're speaking about, I don't think that the love stopped.
Sure.
Perhaps it got less, something in the case of WHP, because he wasn't as current as he was 10 years prior.
Sure.
But in terms of when we look at it, I think Riky is a prime example, in that he was still on.
He was
as
hot.
on as can
African
be.
Bank, Russian Pay. He was on him.
He had all the deals. He had all the money.
Never said to buy no Big Zulu.
No Big Zulu. Akipingoma, just like that December prior, Imaleni,
Sure.
which was the first hip-hop video, if I'm not mistaken. You can fact-check me. But Yasha, I think, 5 million views or whatever on YouTube or whatever the number was. It did that video probably did like 10 million views.
It was a huge song.
Massive song.
Yeah.
And it was accompanied by the challenge. Remember there was the Imaleni challenge.
Sure.
La Woka Kono Hamangi Nkabi.
Tutuzane Zuma were viral.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So he wasn't in a space where his career was dipping.
His personal life, that we know as ordinary people, that his personal life was in turmoil.
In the perception of the public, where they don't know or have to know anything about his personal life, whatever the situation was. It's that all these deals, massive song, career is flying, still a big boss, still commanding the culture.
You've got children.
Dude, Cotton Fest year on year was doubling and tripling the numbers that it was doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the first one, if the first one did 3,000, the second one did 6,000, the next one did 10,000.
Yeah.
Like there was absolutely, from where we are looking from, it's like there's no reason why were you depressed?
Sure.
Because again, we equate that thing to money. And something that I still don't understand. I don't profess to understand is I don't know why he killed himself. I really don't. I wish he didn't. And I'm not saying from a money perspective. I'm saying because I knew him and I knew his character. I just don't get it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I wish I knew why, but at the same time, it's also like, I don't want to know. It's going to be a reason that I don't think is good enough.
No, I understand. And I'm sorry we're having this dark chat about someone personal to you. Have you ever had mental strain from being in the public eye?
Me?
From
all the time.
People hitting you up, social anxiety from being in malls and people run at you. Oh my gosh, it's Warras, from your family starting to treat you differently. Women, like, have you ever had mental strain? I'm trying to figure out because you may find.
But I think we deal with it very differently.
I think that's what I was going to say, and also your upbringing, where let's say a Riky and a Trevor may have a different upbringing to you, where you can still. And maybe that maybe that keeps you balanced, where other guys might not have that. And when they get that mental strain and trying to fight authenticity with the fakeness of celebrity, they don't have a place to go to that neutralizes. And maybe that might be the strain that pushes them to a certain. The last time I saw Riky was in Rosebank at Krispy Kreme. And I don't know Riky personally. We took a photo at Loftus at one time with I've forgotten this guy's name, man. Anyways, we took a photo, and I remember seeing his face at Krispy Kreme. I don't believe in prophecy and those things, but he looked sad. But at the time, I was like, this is probably the anxiety of being a celebrity, that everyone wants to come up at you and you're not sure who this person is, what they're about.
I don't think so with him. Because, again, like that Brahmi example that I made of that event that was just fucking shut down the whole street. The type of person he was when engaging with fans, he loved it. Every Christmas, he'd put maybe like 50 pairs of shoes in the car. And then he'd drive to petrol stations, starting like with the BP la Behlalakon, and then he'd be like, "Hey, James, come here. When ufuna yip, yabo?" He'd have like, let's call it 50 pairs of size 10 sneakers and shoes that are worth thousands. Gucci shoes, Nikes, this way, that way, and he'd give each broer a pair. Okay, then he'd go to the next petrol station and he'd be like, to all the guys that work at the petrol station. Obviously, it's all one size, but that was how he operated. He loved people. He loved engaging with people. They all knew he's Riky Rick, and he just wanted to do something nice for them for Christmas type of thing. And he was giving away, dude, you're talking like 50 pairs of sneakers worth an average of 10, 20, 30,000 rand in some cases.
That's crazy.
So like 500,000 rand worth of shoes. The fuck? Do you know? So when engaging with fans, there's also like, and you notice it with different artists in the way they deal with their fans. Some of them have a relationship with fans where it's like, I have to be careful because you never know, niggas might pull up on you. So they have this and I notice it with a lot of female celebs.
Sure.
They, not to say they're nasty to people, but they have like an attitude that's very like standoffish. The fans come and they're like, "Hi, how are you?" Do you understand?
Don't get too close.
Right.
Hi.
And then you get like a Skumba or Felix Klopper, whom I've seen engaging with fans.
DJ
Or Riky
Smooth,
or me.
7.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bro, the people come and they're like, "Exe, I don't know if you've ever seen me. Me, I make jokes. I talk shit. I'll go to," do you know what I mean? And I always say to the people that I'm with, I do it because I learned long time ago that sometimes for that person, the fan, this moment, for you, it's like the 10th person you might be seeing for the day.
100%.
You're not in the
You're
mood.
stressed.
You had
You've got
Krispy Kreme
problems.
with your family, dog.
Yeah.
But for Upenwell or whoever the fan, I'm just using you as an example, coming to you and saying, "Yo, Riky Rick," that guy, he hasn't seen you for the past 10 days, 1 year.
Moment.
That one moment he gets to see you, are you going to make that a shitty moment for him? Really? It takes you 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The guy's going to shake your hand. He's going to say, "Yo, fanang bonile ko podcast. You understand? We laugh together. We take a photo.
Keep it moving.
That's it. I carry on with my day. That takes mental resilience. Because as I say, you might not be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been with a female celeb the one day we were at Tasha's. She's a celebrity as well. Big actress, Didnt. And this chick like came to her at the table, the waitress, but not the waitress that was serving us. It was like one of the other waitresses with the biggest smile on her face, right? And greeted me first. Okay, like, "How's sawubona, Warras? Yo, kuhle ukubona, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Hey, sawubona, sis." She's like, "Oh, ngwase ngwavuma mina, ngwase show wherever she said she's from." And then she was like, "Yo, kuhle ukubona." And then let's say this chick, because I can't say her name, I don't want to burn the bitch, but let's say,
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
let's say in the show,
Yeah.
her name was Mary,
Yeah.
right? But in real life, her name is Dudu.
Sure.
We are now out in the public. They're like, "Warras, away.
Sure.
And uhamba no Mary. Kunjani Mary? Umbiza ngegama
Character.
She said, "Mary is not my name. My name is Dudu. Ungangibizi ngoMary." And I was like,
Come on.
Jesus, what the
Come
hell, bro?
on. Come
Because
on.
it took the wind out of her sails.
Yeah.
She just crashed. Smile disappeared from her face. She was like, "Oh, Nyaklolis." And you know Zulus, bro. I was humble. So she was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Benghas. Like, you understand?
Yeah.
And then she was like, "No, but thank you so much. Nice seeing you."
Out.
She had her phone in her hand.
She probably wanted to
She
take
planned
a picture.
to ask for a picture. This one shut her the fuck down. You understand? Sitting with her shades on. She didn't even look at her beyond telling her, "My name is not Mary." So the chick just sort of like sheepishly went away, tail between her legs. Then I was like, "What the fuck, guy?" And she was like, fuck, I don't have time for that." Yes. Anyway, we had to discuss whatever we were discussing. And I just thought, like, she's my friend, whatever.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was thinking, my word, that 5 minutes, like I'm saying, for this person, it's the only 5 minutes they get to see you. And it speaks a lot to one's character.
Yeah.
Now, back to the guys that we were speaking about, Riky was that guy. He'd always make time for people, right? He literally went out of his way to drive around the whole day and find the people to give them something.
Sure.
You see? Which shows you the lengths to which he went appreciating that celebrity, because it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a blessing
And it's
to
a
be
privilege.
famous. Big time, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the point at which it's it's like when you're not appreciating it anymore.
Yeah.
You understand? And for the people that love you and the fans, I think you're doing them a disservice